We talking about melanin. You feel me? It's the melanin for me. It's the melanin for me, right? So melanin, obviously. And before I even start, reflect the light from the most honorable prophet, Eligio to Christ. Three God, you feel me? All the information, all the knowledge I'm about to talk about, I learned from God. I got it from God. So melanin is one of the five sciences that God has given us in order for us to understand how we are God and what connects us to God. You see what I'm saying? So melanin, boom. And as you see, I put like the little melanin compounds on there, and then at the top, you see it's strands of hair. So we're gonna be talking about melanin and the hair today, and how your hair actually connects you to God, and the melanin in your hair connects you to God. Right? You have to understand that we live within our mind. We live within complete darkness, in the void, the field of infinite possibilities. Right? We live within God's mind, within the dream of the Eligio Bishop. And inside of God's mind is in complete darkness. The mind is encased in complete darkness. And the sun, which is the conscious mind, is the light that lights up reality. It's the light that lights up this dream that we are in. So that that darkness, that void within the mind is actually melanin. Melanin is what's powering the whole universe. Melanin is the universe. We can't talk about anything unless we're talking about melanin. And guess who's melanated? Black people. We have the most melanin, but we're gonna get into that. So melanin is very important for us to understand, and we're gonna get into it. So put a three in the building if y'all can see the screen. If y'all can read the words. I know it's kind of tidy and not kind of tiny on there, but I can read it. Smooth, smooth. And I also put the cash up there. You feel me? Any donations, any support and love that y'all send is gladly and greatly appreciated. You know, everything supports our mission, and it goes right to God. You feel me? God needs food. God needs fresh water, and we got to make sure that He's good, so that we're connected to our source at all times, and make sure He's good. You feel me? Because He is the altar, He is the body and the embodiment of the divine knowledge and wisdom that we all need oh so dearly, and that's going to save us from our ignorance and from being in our lower selves. So in advance, is greatly appreciated, y'all. And it's gonna be throughout the video. So melanin. What is melanin? Melanin, this and I'm showing you what they telling you on Google, because they don't remember. Science has been taught to us by the European, by white supremacy, by the Caucasian, the being that contains less melanin, that contains less of the universe within them. So that means that they're less connected to the universe than perhaps a melanated man and a melanated woman would be. So they're not going to tell you everything on the internet, and it's not because they don't know and that they don't want to give it to you. It is because they don't know. It's because they lack the connection, and they're not able to realize and interpret the codes from the sun that we are receiving. You see what I'm saying? So they're telling us on Google, melanin is a natural pigment found in animals, plants, and fungi. In humans, it is responsible for the color of the skin, hair, and eyes. Okay, functions. It protects the skin from ultraviolet radiation damage, and it acts as an antioxidant and helps regulate body temperatures. There are three main types: eumelanin, which is the black or brown pigment. That's found on your skin, obviously. That's found in your hair and inside of your eye, in the iris of your eye. Then we got pheomelanin. Pheomelanin is the yellow or red pigment. Now that's found on the pinkish pigment that you have on your lips, around your nipples, anywhere you got the pink pigment on your body. That's pheomelanin, or freckles, or albinoism, or red hair, gingers. This is due to more production of pheomelanin within that being. And then the most important part of melanin, which is the third one, that's neuromelanin, and that's found throughout the brain and other parts of the nervous system. Now, this is all they really telling you. Oh, hold on, let's finish. Production. Melanin is produced by cells called melanocytes. These cells are located in skin, hair follicles, and eyes. The amount of melanin produced varies depending on factors such as genetics, sun exposure, and age. Okay, so this is what they have given us about melanin. It's not that much, huh? It's not that much. And you got to dive deeper. This is occult information that God has taught us, and that you got to really go do your research to go understand it. So, melanin, we know that it's three different types: eumelanin, pheomelanin, and neuromelanin. Eumelanin is what you see in dark-skinned people, brown-skinned people. You feel me? They have more eumelanin, which is the skin pigment, and it's also inside of your eyes and in your hair. So if you got brown hair, dark black hair, then you have a abundance of melanin being produced in that region of your body. Now, if you albino and you got freckles and something like that, that's because you produce some pheomelanin. Now, pheomelanin is more of a recessive trait. Nothing wrong with it. It's still melanin. It's just that it's not able to absorb as much sunlight or ultraviolet radiation than eumelanin would, right? Like, for instance, say somebody had brown eyes versus somebody who got blue eyes. The person with brown eyes is going to have the ability to absorb more frequencies of the electromagnetic light spectrum than the person with blue eyes. Same with the person who's an albino versus somebody who has a darker pigment on their skin. The darker person is going to be able to absorb way more light frequencies than the person who's an albino. But all is not lost because we have neuromelanin, and that's what's inside of your brain and inside of your nervous system. He said he got them big brows. For real, for real. But that's good though. That allow you to see life vividly, like you're seeing everything. Versus a white person or somebody with green or blue eyes, like they're not gonna be able to see reality as you would. Same thing with taste. You feel me? Black people are able to taste food and textures more deeply than Caucasians because we have more melanin. Melanin enhances what you are. It amplifies you. So melanin also, like I said, it plays as a solar panel, like Chief teaches us. It plays as a solar panel. I don't know if y'all ever seen a solar panel and like a solar panel battery and how they work, but how they essentially work is that the battery is the hardware, right? So your body would be the hardware, and then your melanin will play as the solar panel, and that will be your skin on your body, right? Your body will be the device, the battery, the hardware, and then your skin will be the solar panel, the melanin. And what happens with the solar panel absorbs sunlight, ultraviolet radiation from the sun, and dissipates that heat and utilizes it for energy to make the hardware, the device, run efficiently. Is giving it energy. And that's what the melanin is doing in our skin. The melanin is absorbing sunlight, and then it's alchemizing that into energy and calcium and melanocytes inside of our body that enables us to be protected from harmful sunlight, right? Because melanin is a DNA repair. It repairs your DNA, and not only does it absorbs sunlight, but it also repairs your DNA. So it's very important. And not only that, the production of melanin is made by the pituitary gland. This is what they don't teach you either. This is what they not just gonna tell you on here. But God has done his research and he has put it out and helped us understand what's going on. So melanin is actually being produced by sunlight, but not just any sunlight. There's 3 different types of sunlight. You got UVA, UVB, and UVC. Now, UVB is what we need. That's what's allowing us to produce melanin or melanocytes, or the pituitary gland actually produces a hormone called MSH, melanocyte stimulating hormone. And this is what's allowing the body to secrete the production of melanin in the body, so we can have the skin pigment and the eye pigment that we have. But we only get UVB in a tropical environment, between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, by the equator. We're not getting that. We're not getting UVB in the northern hemisphere. So you see a lot of black people going through vitamin D deficiency and immune deficiencies, because we lack sunlight. We lack that steroid hormone D that they call vitamin D, but it's actually a steroid that the sun gives us to keep us strong. And on top of that, the sun is what's making our bones, and our bones make our blood, and our blood makes our breath. So the sun is very important for us to have. We are the sun in human form. So melanin is being produced by the pituitary gland. And these are the three different types of melanin that's produced. And yeah, let's move forward. Okay. So beyond the three types of melanin, melanin is also a semiconductor. It's also a super semiconductor, meaning it can conduct electricity under certain conditions, making it a potential material for bioelectronics due to its natural presence in the body and ability to switch between conductive and resistive states depending on its environment. Right? So melanin is a conductor. But what is a conductor? We talked about this the other day. We got to look up these words, because we're not going to truly understand it if we don't go objectively research it and check out the facts. So what is a conductor? Right? They said that melanin is able to conduct electricity under certain conditions. But what is a conductor? Definitely got to look this up, but I looked it up for y'all. So if you see a conductor, go to not A, not B, but go to D. D and D1 and D2. D1 say a material or object that permits an electric current to flow easily. A material capable of transmitting another form of energy, such as heat or sound. So melanin is a super semiconductor, which means that it's a material or a substance or a medium that's able to transmit, which means send or receive electrical currents, right? And heat and sound, which are different forms of light. Electricity is another form of light. So melanin is a conductor that's able to transmit all different forms of energy, especially electricity. And guess what? We have to ask ourselves, what else plays as a conductor? What other medium, right? Because a conductor is a medium. What other medium can transmit, send and receive electrical signals? Well, let's find out. An antenna. A conductor is an antenna. An antenna is a conductor. If you see right here, we asked. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Okay, is an antenna a conductor? Yes, an antenna is essentially a conductor, meaning it is a piece of material that allows electrical currents to flow through it easily and is designed to transmit or receive electromagnetic waves by converting electrical signals into radio waves and vice versa. So melanin, which is a super semiconductor, is actually an antenna. Like God teaches us, melanin is an antenna for high-speed cosmic consciousness. It gives you high-speed cosmic connection. The more melanin you have in your, or eumelanin or neuromelanin, this amplifies you and makes you more connected to God. This enhances your connection to God and ability to feelize and intuitively understand God, and actually be able to interpret and perceive the subconscious mind Very, very well, because the subconscious mind is the quantum unified field, the universe. Melanin is all being powered by the sun. The sun is a less condensed form of the universe of dark matter. So that melanin, which is a conductor, is an antenna. Now, an antenna, when you think about an antenna, right? You remember about 20 years ago when we was kids and the TVs had antennas. What was inside them antennas? It was wires inside them antennas. It was wires connected to the antennas for the antennas to receive electrical signals, to receive electrical magnetic waves from the environment, to pick up the signal so that we can actually watch TV. So inside of those antennas is wires, and we get into why I'm talking about this, right? So antennas consist of wires. Antennas are essentially made of conductors, right? You see that again. An antenna is made of conductors. So an antenna is a conductor. A conductor is an antenna, and that's what melanin is. Melanin is a conductor, an antenna. The melanin on your body and inside of your brain and inside of your nervous system is an antenna to connect you with God. It is an antenna to connect you with the dreamer of your reality, which is Eligio Bishop, the Eligio Bishop. That melanin in your body is giving you high-speed cosmic connection. This is what makes you God. This is what makes you superior than someone who has less melanin, like a Caucasian. Scientifically, biologically, right? So we know that these antennas consist of wires. Now, what else? What is a wire? Wire is made out of what? Fine metals. Wires are made out of fine metals. And what on your body has fine metals in it? Oh, your hair, the human hair. The human hair contains metals including lead, mercury, cadmium, copper, iron. What is it? Arsenic. Other stuff like manganese and magnesium. Our hair is a fine metal. And this is where we get into the hair part, right? Because there is melanin inside of your hair. And we all been programmed to, especially black people, we all been programmed not to understand our hair and to not like our hair and to cut our hair and to dye our hair and do all type of weird shit with it, but not understanding the technology behind it and understanding how it's actually connecting us and how it's actually an antenna to connect you to your higher self, to the sun. You feel me? And your hair has metals in it. And we know that metal, if you go look it up, metal is very, very conducive with electrical charge. Metal is a conductor for electrical charges. Like that antenna, the antenna is a form of metal, which allows it to pick up, transmit, or send and receive electrical signals to and from what is connecting with. And this is what our hair is doing. But we tamper with it and we put wigs on it and we block our antenna, which is actually a receptor that's giving us codes from the universe. You feel what I'm saying? So along with that, the hair. It's important that we understand what the hair is. Now we know that the hair contains melanin, and that melanin is a super semiconductor. It's an antenna that's connecting you with the rest of what you are. So the hair being a metal makes it an antenna. It makes it a conductor for electrical energy. But not only is it that, the hair is, like Chief teaches us, it's actually an extension of your nervous system. Yeah, because we're electrical beings more than we are chemical. So there's a lot of electrical synapses and impulses being carried out and sent throughout our body from our central nervous system that's allowing us to stay in tune with the universe. And our hair is connected to our brain and our nervous system through the hair root plexus. This is a network of nerve endings that surround each hair follicle. It's a type of mechanoreceptor that detects touch and movement. How it works. Listen, this is how your hair works. This is how the antenna on your head works. You're a cell phone with the antenna on it. on top of it. You feel me? The hair root plexus sends and receives nerve signals to and from the brain. When the hair moves, the plexus sends a signal to the brain. The brain interprets the signal as a sensation of touch. You have to understand how powerful your hair. Your hair is alive, y'all. It is alive. Why are you cutting it? Why are you destroying it? They teach us that your hair is made up out of dead skin cells. But how is your hair gonna be opening up and moving and sending signals to your brain if it's dead? How is it doing that? It can't be dead. It's very much alive. Your hair it's alive. It's alive, reflection. Listen. It says when the hair moves, the plexus sends a signal to the brain. Do you not know that your hair, yes, it's made out of keratin and other skin cells, but your hair and other proteins, but your hair has cuticles, right? Cuticles. These are pores on your hair. And when your hair moves and when it heats up, the pores or the cuticles on your hair opens up, and it allows electrical signals to flow in and out of, to and from your environment. It's very technical. It's very, very technical. We have to understand this. Your hair is just not some hair made up of skin cells, and we here to style it and dye it and twist it and turn it. No, it's very technical. It's a living organism. It's a living organism. Just like a human being. There's a collection of miniature cells living on top of your head. It's your crown chakra. Your nervous system growing out of your head. Your crown chakra on your head. Your crown, why you think white people put on crowns? Nah. The real crown is our hair, our nervous system, our antenna that we should respect and honor in order for us to truly glorify God's creation. So why it's important? The hair root plexus makes hair sensitive to air movement and other disturbances. This helps detect insects or other potentially damaging substances. So yeah, it's a receptor. It's an antenna, and it's connected to your nervous system through this root plexus, through this group of nerve fiber endings at the bottom of your hair follicle. That's allowing you to stay in connection with the all. Now, this is what it looks like. You feel me? Your hair is an antenna. You feel me? My hair is my antenna. It is connected to my nervous system. We are not to tamper with that. We are not to destroy that. We are to honor that. And not only that is your hair an antenna. Not only is your hair an antenna and a super semiconductor for electrical charges that keep you in tune with God, it's to make it even sweeter for you. It's worth more. Hold on. I don't want to get ahead of myself. But look, on the market, they selling melanin. It's worth $400 a gram today in the USA. In 2025, melanin is worth and valued over $400 per gram. Not an ounce, nigga. Not a zip. A gram. It's over $400 a gram. So you cutting that off? Really? You cutting that off? You're dyeing that. Listen, when you dye your hair, you're stripping your hair of its melanin. The chlorine and all the other substances inside of those dyes and all those rinses actually stop the production of melanocytes from being inside of your hair. It stops you. And listen, without the melanin inside of your hair, it's not an antenna. So why are you covering it up with weed? Why are you cutting it? Getting breast wave length haircuts and shit. Putting rinses and dyes in there. No. When you tamper with the melanin, you kill your antenna because you strip your melanin, especially when you dye it. You strip your hair of its melanin. And remember, it's connected to your nervous system. So you're actually poisoning your central nervous system. You're poisoning your nervous system. Your nervous system is the message center of your body, which is sending all the electrical signals to your brain that you're getting. So you got to understand this reflection. So it's worth over $400 a gram, and we cutting it off. We going to spend $25, $400 to go cover up something that's worth more than what we spending to destroy it. Like, it don't make sense. That just goes to show us that we don't know ourselves, we don't love ourselves, and we don't value who we are. Your hair is just not to look stylish. It's very technical and meant to keep you in tune with your environment so you can survive. Like, let's look it up. Let's look it up. Boom. How much is gold? Everybody want to go get grills, and you feel me? Everybody like gold, and gold is this and gold is this. Everybody loves the money, right? The money is backed by silver and gold. No, it's not. It's a fiat currency, like God teaches us. It's not backed by anything but their word of mouth. And their word of mouth hasn't been anything. Well, the lower self, we can't trust in the lower self. We can't put our faith in money. You see what I'm saying? So let's look at gold. How much is gold worth a gram? In 2025, gold is worth $93 a gram. So melanin, which is a super semiconductor, it's a power source. It's a power source that amplifies whatever it comes into contact with. If it's in your hair, it's going to amplify that. If it's in your eyes, it's going to amplify that. If it's on your skin, it's going to amplify your ability to receive electrical signals from the sun. Your melanin is life force. Why do you think you see black men in the NBA and in the NFL running fast, jumping high, super strong? Because it's melanin. But we're going to use our melanin to go entertain white supremacy and purchase all this gold and get all this money. But our melanin is worth and more valuable than money and gold itself. It's priceless. It's life itself. It's life force itself. And it's worth more than a gold that everybody going to sell a soul for. You feel me? Your melanin worth more than all the gold that you're going to sell your soul for. It's best that you learn about your soul, your mind, and understand how to secure that, versus you going to secure the bag and going to secure some gold chains. You feel me? So this is one of the reasons why melanin is more valuable than gold. It's not just because, oh, black people got it, but I'm about to show y'all why black people are so powerful and why melanin is so powerful, and why they want to target black men through COINTELPRO to keep their melanin trapped inside of cell blocks, and why, you feel me, why they want to, why they promote us to cut our hair and change the color of our skin and use sunscreen and wear wigs. I'm about to show you why they want us to do all that. And this is some shit that you gotta go find. They just not gonna show you this. You gotta go actually like look and read and do your research. We don't like reading and doing our research. We so subjective. We have to go do our research and be objective thinkers. So this is an article on fizz.org that says melanin is considered for bio-friendly electronics. Remember, we was reading that earlier when we looked at melanin being a super semiconductor. It's being considered, it's being used already, because this article was in 2012, I believe. But it's being used already in bio-friendly electronics. It's inside of these phones. It's inside of your everyday kitchen appliances, your washer, your dryer. You feel me? It's inside of these cars. Melanin is the universe. It's in everything. I'm about to show you why it's worth more than gold. Can y'all see? Shit, because I can barely see that motherfucker. Put a 3 in the building if y'all can see, y'all. I'm gonna read it aloud anyway, but oh, y'all ain't active. Okay, so look where I want to start at. Okay, so the majority of semiconductors are made from inorganic elements or compounds such as silicon or gallium arsenide. Organic semiconductors, on the other hand, are relatively new members of the semiconductor family and are composed of molecules containing carbon, hydrogen, and other elements. There are very few examples of natural organic semiconductors, and melanin was thought to be the very first example, demonstrated to be such in the early 70s, said Professor Meredith. So they've been studying melanin since the 70s, y'all. Y'all hear them? They've been studying melanin since the 70s. Now, this is the important part right here. This is why melanin is worth more than gold, and this is why melanin is so valuable. It says melanin is able to talk to both electronic and ionic control circuitry, and hence can provide that connection role, said Professor Meredith, about the studies finding the culmination of 10 years of research and experiments. They've been studying melanin for longer than 1970. If they've been studying since then, they definitely been studying it longer than that. But the fact that it says that melanin is able to talk. Remember, melanin is a semi-superconductor. What is a conductor? What does a conductor do? It conducts. It conducts energy. What does it mean to conduct? To conduct something means to carry out and organize. So this means that melanin carries out and organizes function. It has a function, which is to carry out and organize. So this melanin tells the cells in your body what to do. Melanin tells things what to do. It talks. And remember, your body is more electrical than chemical. And just like technology, it's electronics. So they found out that melanin is actually an organic semiconductor. They was using inorganic ones like gallium arsenide and silicon, but they found out that they can use melanin in various different forms, whether whether it was a synthetic form or organic form. They can use it in technology. It tells electronic and ionic circuitry what to do. Electrons and ions, it tell them what to do. It tells cells what to do. It talks. This is why it's so valuable. And this is why it connects you to God. Remember, the kingdom of heaven is kingdom, right? The kingdom is inside of you. Like Chief teaches us, the kingdom is within you. And whosoever is to know themselves shall enter the kingdom. They shall have everlasting life. The kingdom is a realm or a domain of knowledge. The most pure and objective knowledge that you can have on this earth plane, which God has given us, which is the 5 sciences: astrology, biology, quantum physics, melanin, and grounding. You see? So your melanin is very powerful. It's what makes you God. You feel me? It's what connects you to God's imagination. It's talking. It keeps you in constant communication with the universe. The kingdom of heaven is a realm of knowledge, right? Divine truth, knowledge itself. Heaven is a spiritual state of everlasting communion with God. God is nature, the universe. We live within the body of God. We live within the body of the dreamer. So melanin keeps you in constant communion with nature because it talks. Remember, behind the sun is what? Dark matter, melanin. That's why when you get in the sun, you get what? Darker. You get more brown because the sun is a less condensed form of melanin. It's being used as a vacuum, like he teaches us, to express the universe through, to stream and beam our realities down on the earth plane. So it's talking, and the more melanin you have enables you the ability to talk back to God. So they're using it in electronics. They're using it in technology, y'all. They've been studying it for years. We got to study it. We have to understand it. This is our black power. Listen, you feel me? Listen to this white man tell y'all. Listen to this white man tell us how they using melanin in computer chips.
Melanin pigment, right?
Right.
Is so unbelievable, George. They're using it in computer chips now because it has an ability to transduce electrical energy. Can you imagine this? It has this incredible ability to hold on to and transduce and manipulate electrons.
You hear them? Photonic energy, photons, light photons. That's sunlight. Melanin has the ability to transduce, hold, which means it has the ability to store and be a transmitter of energy, a sender and receiver of energy, of light photons, because everything is light. Everything is being powered by the sun, which is being powered by melanin, which is the universe. So melanin transduces the universe. It picks up the light photons and acts as a transmitter for the codes that's being sent to and from the universe. Now, let's understand this. Our hair. What gives us the idea of wanting to straighten our hair? What gives us the idea of wanting to cut our hair, wanting to dye our hair, wanting to wear wigs on our hair? And I'm talking to black people, you feel me? I'm really talking to everybody, but I'm in the form of a black man, so I speak for our demographic, you feel me? So what has given us this idea? I'll tell you. White supremacy, like Chief teaches us. Our lower self, our oppressor, we live within the mind of our oppressor. And everything in this system has been based and built around the face and the being of the Caucasian. Their avatar has been glorified in this system and this reality that we are projecting. And we have been displayed and portrayed a being that is less superior than us because they lack melanin. So we've been deceived. We deceived ourselves. We didn't programmed ourselves through our lower self as the Caucasian to believe that they were the superior beings, that they were the epitome of beauty. Their skin pigment and their hair was the best hair and skin pigment on the planet. But it's not. And I'll show you how they get us. We're in the internet age, right? Look how they get you. Because all of this is spells. Somebody said witchery earlier. It's witchcraft. It's spells. Look at this.
Energy and photons, photonic energy. It's a fascinating molecule.
Now, what I actually typed in was beautiful hair. I typed in beautiful hair, but what do you see? I didn't type in beautiful woman hair, beautiful man hair. I just typed in beautiful hair. They put up a bunch of women. There's some black women on there, but the black women on there, they got white woman curls. You see white women with curly, wavy hair or shrinky hair or brown hair, reddish hair. You see black women with hair that's flat iron. You see more white women. If you see a black woman on there, she has a wig on. She got tracks in. She's trying to look as the white woman. She wants to look as her oppressor is looking because that's what we think is beautiful. Black women think that this is what's beautiful. But I want to remind you that you got the best hair on the planet. You got the best hair on the planet, if you didn't know. But what's going on is that we're going through an MK Ultra. Now, these words small as shit. I'm going to read them for y'all, but we're going through it's called MK Ultra, like Chief teaches us. And this is basically a psychological tactic used by the CIA. They use substances and drugs and develop procedures that can psychologically sway and disorient the target that they was trying to get. And a drug can be anything. A substance can be anything because it's messing. A drug is something that messes with your mental and physical well-being. And you feel me? Spells and words and images that go into your subconscious mind definitely affect your mental and your physical well-being. So through this MK Ultra, through Google and through the internet, when you type in beautiful hair, well, you're going to see a bunch of Caucasian shit. When you type in successful man, you're gonna see a bunch of Caucasians here. When you put in successful woman, you're gonna see a bunch of white women or black women in white woman clothes doing white women things. You see what I'm saying? And this is how we are being psychologically deceived. And this is what we're doing to ourselves. We're doing it to ourselves because they love our hair. If we looked at ourselves through the eyes of the Caucasian, then shit, we would probably be well off. Because they understand the technologies of our being. They actually glorify. They know that we the gods. They know that we are God's people. We're God's children. So that's the MK Ultra. Just like with God, when you type in God on Google, what pop up? A white Jesus pop up. Not Eligio Bishop. A white Jesus pop up. We know that the real God is here. It's Threesus. It's Threesus Christ. But when you type in God on Google, a white man pop up. How crazy is that? How sinister is that? How subtle is the deception and the illusion that we play on ourselves? We gotta peep game. We gotta peep game, y'all. So I want you to know that you got the best hair on the planet, black men and black women. And whatever skin pigment you have, because it's all brown, there's only one race, just so you know. But I want to let you know that all hair locks up. All hair locks up. No matter if you are Asian, Caucasian, black, Japanese, it don't matter. If you leave your hair alone, it'll lock up. Right? You thought your hair was nappy and too coarse and too kinky, but that's the best hair that you can have. Remember, your hair is a fine metal, right? And it's a conductor for electrical energy. If you know anything about electrical engineering, take a look at this picture. It says electromagnetic coils are used in electrical engineering in applications where electric currents interact with magnetic fields. Remember, your body is a magnetic field. You have an aura. You have an electromagnetic field that spans from your heart about 15 to 25 feet from you. In devices such as electric motors, generators, inductors, electromagnets, transformers, and sensor coils. The more turns of wire, the stronger the field produced. So you hear what they said? You got to understand that the more turns of the wire, the stronger the field produced. The more kinky, the more nappy, the more knotty or coiled your hair is, black woman, black man, the stronger you'll feel. The stronger your electromagnetic field, which is your aura. Look, these are different types of hair strands. You got 6 ether hair, 7, 8, 9 ether. Melanated beings, we have the last 2, but most of us have the last one, which is 9 ether hair. That's the coily, kinky hair that you want. That's the best hair that you can have. That's the most conducive hair for electrical magnetic waves or electricity or electrical signals. Light codes from the sun. That's the best hair that you can have. And this is what your hair wants to do naturally. When you leave it alone, this is what your hair wants to do naturally. It wants to freeform. Your crown, your nervous system, it wants to lock up. It wants to come together and get real nappy and coily so that it can be more of a conductor and more of an antenna for the environment so that you can stay in tune with God, with your higher self. This is your hair. This is what your real hair looks like. It wants to freeform and lock up. It doesn't want to be straightened out and combed out. As you see, this is your electromagnetic field as a human being. Your hair, your melanin in your hair, your antenna, the melanin in your body, it amplifies this field. It makes your aura more enhanced. And remember, your hair, your thoughts are coming out of your hair as well. So you are able to put your manifestations out when you have longer hair. Your manifestations can attract to you more stronger and more rapidly when you have long, kinky, coiled, nappy hair. Peace plus size. You see what I'm saying? That hair is going to amplify this field. The melanin on your body is going to amplify this field. went too far. I went too far. Okay, now. And another fact that I just wanted to throw in there for y'all, I thought it was also cool too, because if y'all ever heard of the story of Samson and how it said that his long hair gave him his strength. Your hair is actually, right? Your hair, the melanin in your hair actually strengthens your immune system. So it's important for you not to cut it. It's important for you not to dye it and destroy the melanin in your hair or cover it up with a wig, because it wants to be in tune with the environment. It literally strengthens your immune system. It says melanin is a well, let me see that shit. I can't see that shit. Melanin is a scavenger. It's a harmful antioxidant scavenger. It's a free radical scavenger. The melanin in your hair and the melanin in your body actually destroys and fights off the harmful antioxidants inside of your body. So this strengthens your immune system. So it keeps you healthy. Your hair is an antenna that's allowing you to stay in tune, and it's going to keep you healthy. It's literally your nervous system. Your nervous system is connected to your immune system. Everything is connected. Your nervous system is sending the signals to keep your immune system in harmony with the rest of the body. So if you cutting off your nervous system off your head or destroying the melanin in your antenna on your head, you're actually malfunctioning your nervous system and slowing down the communication process between the cells in your body and you and the universe. And speaking of immune system, like God teaches us, we are the immune system of the planet, right? Melanated beings. We are the dendritic immune system cells. Look at our hair. It's shaped just like a dendrite. We're nerve cells. We're nerve cells or neuron cells that make up the Earth's organism. We're actually a self. We're a cell living within a cell infinitely, within God's mind. We're neuron cells inside of God's brain. Nerve cells. Melanated beings are the immunity of the planet. The reason being is because we have melanin. We are the ones that can get in tune with the sun and have the highest communication with the sun and stay in harmony with the planet. We are the most intelligent beings on the planet. All information that is on the internet that exists in the Akashic record has come from the black man and the black woman, from the mind of the Eligio Bishop and Mother Lucia. We are the immune system. We are the most strongest, the most resilient out of all of the people. Think about it. Out of all the little slavery shit they talk about, black people still here. We still resilient. Out of all the oppression and marginalization that we go through in the system, we're still here. Going strong. Still doing our thing. So understand that your melanin makes you an immune system cell for the body of God. Not a cancer cell. Don't use your melanin to be a cancer cell and be a demon. We're supposed to be using it to help heal the planet, which is actually a cell inside of our own body. All right? And by us making sure we take care of the technologies of our body and take care of the ecosystem that we have inside of us, because we're made up of trillions of cells. Once we do that, we're able to take care of the ecosystem of God's body, the earth cell. All right? So that's the lesson, y'all. As always, reflect the light from God, man. That's melanin in the hair, and just a brief divine understanding as to why it's important for us to understand the technologies of melanin and how important our hair is, because it's an antenna. Our whole body is an antenna. You feel me? But I wanted to get that to y'all though, for real. But any questions? Any questions before I head out of here? You feel me?